and welcome or welcome back to Budgets and Dreams. If you're new here, my name is Jen and I'm on a journey to pay off a boatload of debt, about £28,500, and I'm on my last 6 months. I've got £7,500-ish left to go. So yay! So thank you very much for joining me. If you want to follow me with the next 6 months of that and getting the debt paid off, then please do hit the subscribe button. To everybody who has been here many times before, hello, thank you so much for coming back. I hope you've had an amazing week. I'm actually filming this on Thursday because I'm due into the office tomorrow and I'm not going to be able to string a sentence together by the end of the day. So I figured rather than getting the video out to you late, I would be prepared and get it out to you a little bit early. So yes, I hope you've had a fab week and you've got lots of lovely things planned for the weekend. Let's have a look at the affirmation. So last week's affirmation was, my success is inevitable, which is just lovely. I've really enjoyed that one this week. I just think that's great. So this week's affirmation is, I prioritise what makes me feel alive. Oh, I love that. That's really cool. I prioritise what makes me feel alive. Yes, love it. And good timing too, because what's made me feel alive this week is reorganising my binders. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to tell you. Should we do that first or should we do the budget first? Let's get the budget out of the way and then we'll talk all things binders and cash. We have got the No Problema this week. So it's super dark here today. So again, if the lighting's a bit off, I apologise. So last week then, from the 12th to the 18th of January, no extra income came in. So we're still on 1537.44 for income. And then expenses, 99p, that was a bit of Apple storage, hasn't come out yet. And then I spent £14.94 on some vape juice and £12.24 on a takeaway. And so I've left that in red. Rather than pulling the money from my binder or from Hyperjar, I am just going to not give myself that money this week. So I've essentially advanced myself the £27.18. I'm just not going to give that to myself this week to go into my budget. And then £109 on glasses. So I went to the opticians because I've started to get headaches quite bad every day. And yes, turns out I need glasses. That's just age catching up with me, I think. So yeah, £109. It could have been a lot worse. She piled on loads of discounts for me. It was very kind of her. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm not going to... Well, sorry about that. The iPad just died, completely died. So we'll carry on talking what I was talking about. So the £109 that I spent on new glasses and my eye test, that is just going to stay out of the bank until work reimburses me because we get a sight test and glasses that are related to screens covered by work. So that will come into my paycheck next month. So at some point during the month, I am going to go overdrawn, but that's okay because I don't get charged up to £250. So I'm not worried about that at all. But yeah, don't be surprised when I do go overdrawn. It's not bad budgeting. It's just because I'm waiting for that money to come back in. So that was that for last week. So we ended on, I'm just looking on my phone, we ended on £966.03 in the bank, which was over budget by 135.19 in the end. So what I'm going to do for week 3 is just quickly talk you through the normal bits. So starting balance 96603, my salary's coming in and we're going to pull 20 quid from school. So that'll give us a total income of 3,265.79. Then we've got just under £1.5 of bills, 750 for the debt, 40 for petrol. I've put 95 into Hyperjar, which I'll stuff separately. So that was £90 for groceries and £5 for Italy. And then we're going to stuff £147 in cash. Oh, I've got 2 transactions pending. So £20 is coming out of school. That was for some school lunches. And I also have to take £6 out of Just Giving. £6 out of charity because I made a Just Giving donation. So expenses are just over £2.5 and that will put our ending balance at about £750. So that was a bit of a weird, odd way of doing things this week. But never mind, we'll just move on. It's fine. Right, so what I'm going to do before I start counting the cash or talk binders, I'm just going to pull that 20 quid out of school because I just didn't take it out of the bank. So I need it for the cash stuffing. As in, when I took the money out of the bank for the cash stuffing, I didn't take, I took 20 quid less. Oh my gosh. There's me saying I wouldn't be able to string a sentence together tomorrow. I'm not doing very well today either, am I? Right, so 147 in cash to stuff and an extra £50 from Ben from a gig that he did. That's going to go into Freedom a bit later on. So let's give this a count. So we've got 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 47. So we've got the right amount of money, which is an excellent start. Right, I'm so excited to talk to you about my binders. So how did this all happen? Why did I decide to change things? It was a process. So I am bored of winter in all the ways one can be bored of winter, including being bored of my winter binder. So I do like this binder, it's really lovely, but I prefer these ones with like all the pretty. So yeah, so I'm a bit bored of the binder itself and also a bit bored of looking at this design. It's a nice design, I like it, and when I come round to the winter next year, I'll be happy to see it again. But as things stand right now, a bit bored of that. So what I thought was, maybe I'm just bored of those colourful like inserts completely. So I went on to Etsy and I did buy some vinyls from Lily and Lush. So, is it Lily and Lush or Lily and Lush Designs? Anyway, so I bought some vinyls and I put them on my envelopes. So they're these, really cool, nice skinny text. I think this is called Peacock something, the colour. Don't know how the colour's coming up on camera, but it's like a blue, green, iridescent-y type situation. So I put it all on, put it in a binder and went, oh no, I don't like that. So I'm so used to seeing those colourful insert things that I don't like these. I might like these some days. I mean, even someday in the future, they have even grown on me a little bit, just looking at them again now. But yeah, nothing against Lily and Lush. They're absolutely amazing. They're so, so good. Yeah, I just didn't like it. So what I've decided to do instead is I am going to hold on to those because, like I said, I might want them in the future. What I've decided to do instead is move into my spring binder just a little bit early because it is so, so pretty. And I really, really, really do like the design. I'll talk to you about these in a sec. I just like the design. It's fresh and it's clean, and I'm kind of in a whiter space right now. I'm liking cleaner designs. So yeah, so I thought I would go with this. But that's not all. So whilst I was looking at things, I was watching Lucy Luxor, and she was talking about things that bring you joy. If it doesn't bring you joy, don't do it, which is something that I wholeheartedly agree with. This is what we're doing, right? We're going to live a life of purpose and joy, right? So what's not bringing me joy is the one at a time funds. Very practical, but as far as cash stuffing goes, not very fun. Because let's face it, we do this because we like playing with money and having the one at a time funds means I don't really get to play with money in the way that I would like to. So what I've done is I'm going to take all of the one at a time funds away, and I'm going to have like categories again, like birthdays and what's another one that's new? Time for Us and special occasions like Mother's Day, Father's Day, that sort of thing. And I'm just going to bring it all back in and have proper categories, just like everybody else. Not because I'm a sheep, but just because I want to play with money. So what we need to do is we need to sort out the binders first of all, which is going to be a bit here, there and everywhere, but bear with. So let's start with, oh yeah, because also, this is how I tell stories, by the way. It's not A to B, it's A to -10 and back up again. So what I've also done is I've created an Oscar binder, which is the beautiful autumn binder because it's just too darn pretty. An Oscar binder, and so he has his own separate envelopes in here. So I went back to this design. I don't know if anyone from the early days remembers this design, but I remember it bringing me a lot of joy back then. Not so much now. But it's okay for now. Me and Oscar might design something together for the future. So in Oscar's binder, we've got O's stuff, O clubs, school holidays and back to school. So yeah, just thought it'd be nice to split that up. And then in July, we'll have another new binder, which will be the summer design, if anyone remembers that one. And that is going to be for all my long-term savings. Oh, I can't wait. I'm so, so excited to get some savings done. Right, so let's start in Oscar's binder. That seems like a sensible place to start, seeing as we are there. So I don't know if I can fit this all on screen, and you are going to get a flash of my old tatty jumper. So let's see what we've got. So O stuff, we have got £10 in there, which is nice. we'll pop that in there. What's next? O clubs. I don't think we've got anything save for O clubs in one at a time at the moment. No. School. I took that 20 quid out, didn't I? Yeah. So in school, we have at the moment a £100 placeholder and then 2 £5 notes, so that's 110. I have also swapped my placeholders out for the Iris Budgets ones because they're lovely. And like I said, I'm just in a bit of a cleaner space at the moment in terms of like colour and keeping things simple. School holidays, that doesn't have anything in one at a time funds. Look at this, what a state, because we haven't done that yet, no. And then back to school hasn't got anything in either. So that's Oscar's binder sorted. We will actually stuff it in a moment. And then, and then the main gubbins of the binder. This is such a state. Right, let's give this a go. So budgeted spends first of all. There's that £15 going in here. Birthdays is brand new, so nothing in there. Car is in here, and I'll swap the tracker over in a second. We'll put that placeholder at the front. I don't know what you can see because everything's all pointing up towards the camera now. That's those two done. Dentist. Family fun. Chat amongst yourselves. Oh, how is everyone? Do you know, I've had a bit of a week this week. Not in a bad way. It's been a good week. Oh yeah, Help to Buy. I was going to put just a £100 placeholder in there because it's at 90 quid and that will do. Yeah, funny week this week. I've been up and down mood-wise, but then also been super productive at like work and stuff. It's been a very odd one. Right, so I need to take that out because we're going to put that in the new binder. We are going to just double check that there's no money left in here because I'm pretty sure there's some in the one at a time funds. Oh, that's where I put the Help to Buy. Oh, okay. Well, you have a new one now. Right, so time for us. Let's see if I can remember these, huh? So time for us. Birthdays. You know what my memory's like. That's also birthdays. And that's it. Right, if you saw any money left over in either of those binders, please do let me know. Right, bye-bye winter binder, ta-ta, see you next year. Right, so now let's just figure this out. So time for us is going back in here, and you'll get a sneaky peek of a little tracker that's in there, but we will colour that in a moment. And also birthdays, and again, sneaky peek of a little tracker, but we'll talk about that in a moment. Right, so that is everything organised. Oh, how lovely. Yeah, I hope you followed through with that. But yeah, followed along. Right, so what should we do now? Should we jump into my binder and go in a sensible order, or should I talk to you about trackers? I'm going to talk to you about trackers. So I've been designing some new trackers, and I've decided to make a pack of special occasions. So it'll just be UK special occasions to start with, and then I'll work in Thanksgiving and then some Australian holidays. So if my Australian viewers could please let me know what special occasions you all celebrate together in Australia, you know, like Easter, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, that sort of thing. What do you have in Australia that we don't have in the UK? Because then I'd like to make one of those as well. So yeah, so in there will be things like Easter, Father's Day, birthdays will be separate, and then these sort of plain trackers will be separate. But yeah, it's a set of 7 or 8 of these, and it covers all the events of the year. But when I've got all of them ready to show you a complete pack, I will show you. And that is all in preparation for getting the shop open again, which I'm very, very excited about. Right, I'm going to put this to one side. I'm going to have a big breath, and then we will do a proper stuffaroo. Right then, let's start in my binder then. So In terms of Italy, I put in £5 and my sister put in £5, which is that 10 there. My sister's was from last week, mine is from this week. So that is good, still making progress. Going out is not getting anything this week and it has just 10. Hair is just getting £5 this week. Can I get rid of a, yes I can. So 15 out, 20 in, that adds 5. So we've got 20, 40, 60, 81, 120 in hair. And then laptop, that's repaying that tax, is getting £10. What I'm going to do with this one, oh no I won't, I'll do that next week. I was going to actually colour off this one because it will get confusing otherwise, but never mind. So we'll just colour off this one here. So that's £10 going in there. So there is now £50 in laptop, which is good. Get these all right round the right way. That way? Oh, I don't know. And then splurge is getting nothing, and there is £5 in there still at the moment. Yeah, lovely. Cool, that is that for my binder. So the next binder we go to now is Oscar's binder. Oh, this is so exciting. I do love having a bit of a change up every now and again. So O Stuff is getting £5. There is 10 in there, which I'm going to swap for a 10, and then we'll put a 5 back in. Was there 10 or 15? Uh-oh. Right, anyway, there's 15 in there now. O Clubs is going to get its first £10, and we're going to use this tracker that I made. This is just going to be a generic savings one. It's little piggies, little piggy banks, but I called it club fees because that's what I need it for. And each of these little piggies is going to save £20. I did want to colour them in pink, but I don't have like a light pink colour. I only have like a dark one. So I'm just going to use this green one for now, and then I'm going to order some nice pastel-y Sharpies, I think. So that is the first little piggy and the first £20 for Oscar's club fees. So this tracker saves 200. I don't need that much for his club fees that are coming up. But yeah, may as well use it, see how far we get. School is getting £5. And again, we'll swap and pop. There we go. So we've got 115 in school. Probably going to end up with far too many £5 notes now, but that's no bad thing. School Holidays is getting £20, and I should have a tracker for this. Oh, I know. I was going to use... I was going to use that 100 tracker for this. So this is saving for the February half term. So each of these is £5, and I put in, what did I put in? School Holidays. Did I put in 20? Oh, that's a lot. I'll just quickly colour these in. Cool, there you go, there's 20 quid there. And it's definitely not dry. I'm going to leave that to the side. I'll pop that back in later. And then Back to School is getting £5. Whoops, if I can pick up the money. There we go, so that is Oscar's binder stuffed for the first time. Ooh, I love it. Yay, so happy. That's lush. Right then, so into our main binder then. So I'm going to kick off with budgeted spends, and that's getting £10. So it has 15 at the moment. Have I run out of 20s? Well, that's cool. Okay, so we've got 25 in budgeted spends now. And then birthdays is getting £5. And these two are to save for my sister and niece number 4's birthday. So first we're going to tackle my sister's birthday, and that's just £5. Each of these is £2.50. I think I'm just going to colour in the tops, or will that make me think I've not coloured it in at all? Let's just colour in the whole thing. So 2 of these. Lovely. And again, I'm going to leave that to dry. So £5 going in there. So there's 20, 30, 40, 50, 55 in there now. So that's 2 birthdays complete and another one on the way. Right, Royal Flush. Let's do this. We are so very nearly close to finishing this now. So give them a quick shuffle. And we're just going to go that one. Ooh, 6. Right, I'm going to pull another one. And then if it's a 15, I'll just do the 15. Ooh, 7. Oh, okay, great. That means we've got some money left over. Right, so the 6 of clubs and the ace of clubs. So we've only got 15s left, and we've only got 2 of those left. So we're only 30 quid left to go, and then we're done with this, which is super exciting. I've loved this though. Really, really, really good fun. So £7 going in. I had a £15 budget, so that leaves me with £8 left. So I've got 5. How am I going to do this? Hang on a sec. 7 in. Yeah, okay. I don't know why that took me so long to figure out. So we're going to put £5 in here. Oops. And £2 in the jar. And then that leaves me with a £5 note for freedom and 3 extra pounds for cheeky bonus. Yay! Cool, love it. Right, dentist is up next. We are putting 30 quid in here this week. So 10, 20, 30. Get that all tidy. There we go. And colour in, how many of these? 1.5, of course. There we go. That's that done. And again, we'll pop that to dry. Did I count this? 20, 40, 60, 81, 10, 20, 30. Yeah, 130. Cool. Family Funds, getting a £5. I think me and Oscar are going to go to... I may as well put a £5 in there. We are going to go to mini golf or swimming, I think, pretty soon. So we've got 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 in there. And then time for us is getting £5 as well. And new tracker. So this is actually, I don't know if you can see that very well in the light today, but these are like really cute, pretty little hearts. This is the Valentine's Day tracker, but I've just changed it for time for us because I can. So £5 going in there. So we've got 20, 35 for our next lot of time for us. I just decided to roll over the leftovers. Now this really doesn't need to be green and fully coloured in, but I will get some nicer pens. But yeah, there we go. There's the first one of those done. Lushers, and then special occasions, we are going to put £5 in, and we're working on Mother's Day. Well, we would put £5 in, but I can't. So let's go and get some change. 2 5s out and a 10 in. And then Mother's Day, we're going to put in a 5. I am going to use the pink, so I'm just going to colour in. It's a bit weird that I colour the centre in pink and not the whole. Yeah, I'm just going to colour that in. Oh dear, I'll leave that to dry. It's so funny because like this seemed like such a good idea at the time, but I've just realised I now have to keep up with so many more envelopes when doing the videos, which is a lot. Right, so that was actually it. That was the last one stuff, brilliant. And we've got the £5 left over for freedom. So that all worked out well. So speaking of freedom then, let's get stuck in. So we've got quite a bit to stuff. So 15 I can't do. 25 I can do that one. 5, no, 20, yep. And then we just need a 10, if there is a 10. There is one there. Super. Lushers. So that's that for freedom. And tuck that in there so it doesn't fall over. So now we get to do the cheeky bonus, everybody's favourite, and my favourite too. I have condensed a lot of this in here because it was getting rather chunky. Oh, we need to take that £6 out for charity. Thank you to whoever that was that was shouting that loudly at me. So there's £2 left in charity. I'll pop that 6 quid back to the bank. Right, let's roll this dice. 3. Oh, hang on a minute. I just realised in the budget, I never actually budgeted to put the £6 back in, and the budget still works. So I'm actually going to put that back because I only planned to take the 20 quid out of school. So brilliant. That's good. Good news for charity. Right, we'll pop that back in. Right, so now let's get started. So the first one then is 5, which is charity again. And then 1, that's Oscar. And Ozzy again. His savings are doing very well, by the way. He's going to come on and give you a bit of an update, hopefully in the next few weeks. So 5's charity again. That needs condensing even more. And the last one is 2, and that's Ben. Lovely. So he's only got £1 left, and then he's got his £10 that he's been aiming for, which is cool. So that was it. That was the cheeky bonus and the brand new binders and all the new trackers, which I will remember to put back. And I will be buying some new pens because this green is a bit boring. But yeah, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Reminder of this week's affirmation: I prioritise what makes me feel alive, which is super lovely. So yeah, do try and put that one into practice this week. Thank you so much for bearing with me through all that. It was a bit here, there and everywhere. It'll take me a couple of weeks to get into a routine, but when I do, hopefully we can all enjoy it. Anyway, have an amazing week. Thank you so much again for tuning in, and I will see you soon. Bye.